Yes, I'm gonna be welding in shorts. Not recommended, guys. Don't do this what I do. I'm gonna try. Okay, I didn't feather it enough down into the next one, so, but I'm in that other weld that was welded good into that, so I'm biting into that. I mean, it doesn't look the best, but it's going to be holding up a lot better because I got into penetration into this, where this weld on this one, the first weld didn't penetrate into that. And this is using the 309 rods for stainless. Alright. I'm going to start taking the hose off to the, will be the left side tank, because I need to remove that tank. And I don't want to disturb it on the tank itself yet. So the best bet is to take it off here. There's still juice in it too. Let me see if I get you guys down. Since I've was injured at work, I don't have strength in this arm as much as I used to. Ooh, she's on there tight. I don't want to have to replace this hose. Should come off. Wow, well, that's typical. It's a great big hole. There's a hole in the hose, guys. I'm wearing on the tank. Great big hole. Well, it's not through yet, but it's pretty close. Apparently this is not just supposed to sit on here like it is. It's supposed to be something holding it up. Imagine that. And it's just on there. Well, you know what's going to happen now. I'm going to slice that. Either have to shorten the hose or get new hose here. And of course all the connections here are plastic, which are awesome. See, look. You guys see that? On the hose there? Damn near wore a hole through it. Because the way this is sitting on here. At least the tank's harder than the hose is. I tell you. Oh boy, just awesome. This thing is just getting more involved and more involved every time. All right, let's try to get this one off. Hopefully it comes off pretty easy. Turn my valve. I'm gonna turn everything off here. Off. All right, screwdriver. Oh boy. This is a very small hose clamp. Ain't got much for spacing on it. It should pop out. Now, all this stuff is plastic up here, so I gotta be careful. Okay, brought it down. Bring it down. I don't know what they use plastic for. Maybe because it won't disintegrate like some metals. Yeah. Well, looks like we're gonna cut that one too. Because I can't get it to come down. Cut that one too. I gotta get new hose for this anyways. So just a reference, this hose goes from the front of the tank up. So I'm just gonna cut it. Split it. Okay, so there we go. That straightened right out after I had that. So I'll probably put a little bit longer hose on there to put pressure up on it so don't crank this way. All right. Got my 1/2-inch wrench. Try to take the bolts out for the tank. And for some reason, I think they've been replaced already. For as much as they charge for this machine, I don't think it wasn't stainless. And this thing is a regular steel bolt and it's rusty as hell. So I have a feeling this was replaced once or moved out once and they got their hardware all mixed up. I think. Well, maybe they didn't think this was important here, I don't know. And the reason why we're taking this off is we gotta weld the bracket on here, and then we gotta fix the bottom of the tank. And there's 3 bolts I need to replace. The other one, the 4th one, is broken. So that don't make a difference. Since it's so rusty, I'm going back and forth with it so I don't break the bolt in it. want to work it a little bit. The last thing you want to do is break the bolt in this tank. It's just easier to be more cautious, because I'm sure there's just like a little insert inside the tank that they used it for screwing. I don't want to bust that bolt in there. And we're gonna have to do a custom fit on this to fix the bottom of this tank, which was wore out by the wrong size tire on it. I don't get it, guys. How do you put the wrong tire in there? I don't know. I can see I might put stainless back in here because it's just not turning good. I'd rather not bust bolts in here. You know, it shouldn't have to come off again, hopefully. I'm gonna fix it all up, you know, sand all the rough spots out and give it a polish once I have the bottom fixed. I mean, they took some big gouges out of this thing. It's almost like I should glue some epoxy, some angle on there to help guard the corner. I don't think I'll be running into anything. My yard's big enough. I don't really have any tight areas. So I'll come back to you in a little bit. And that's just why you should use stainless. And not good. And it actually sticks out. But here's the game plan on this. Well, first, gotta weld this thing. I believe it goes like this. Take a V, weld it in, grind it down. Hopefully that matches on the tank. And after that's done, I'm gonna put this, cut this to fit the tank. This will have to come over. Ooh, this might not work. Iron up where the might not be long enough or wide enough. Oh, it'll be close. It'll be close. Like that. Of course, I'm gonna have to take all and mill this, all the triangles off. So I want that to sit flat. Now do the same thing up here. It's got to fit into the tank. Because I want to give that tank some support. Because a hole that's worn it. Of course, we're going to use JB Weld on the bottom. I think first I'm going to get rid of what's in there. There's still some residue left over. Let's get rid of that so I ain't spilling it on me like I'm trying to do right now. Now after breaking the tank, bolting the tank, so I took the broken piece, I put a V in it, beveled it, as you can see, to weld it. And I'm going to try to make sure I got it as straight as possible. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then I want to check this trueness. And we're not really true. Problem is I got a little burr there. Should take that off. Okay, I'm gonna take the little burr off. Okay, I took the burr off. Now I should be able to get a nice, true. That's pretty close. Like right there. So right there, I'm gonna do that. I might have to make the hole a little bit bigger, but that's the way it is. Right there. So I'm gonna go grab the welder and put some weld on here. When you're welding, guys, make sure you cover up hoses and stuff that you don't want to wreck. I got my welding blanket out. I'm gonna go get the hose up, or not the hose, but the welder. Problem is here, I don't think I can. I guess we're just gonna go a foot like that. Yeah, let it cool. Before I try doing the underside. Okay, just put a new grease zerd in. Now there's no rocket scientist in this, guys. Just make sure you got the right size drill bit. So I had to re-drill this. I put a 6mm. So we've re-drilled it with a 6mm drill. Well, it's not what a 6mm drill is. It is a number 9. Number 9. And then a 6mm tap. Tapped it and then threaded it in. Now, since I couldn't get my normal tap handle and I used the drill, and that's one of the worst things you could use. This is being stainless, and stainless is really hard, so it was slow go. It was no speed, slow, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. I didn't take any chances. Flushed all the chips out, lubed up the tap every time, guys. In and out. I did it like 6 times to finally get me in there. So stainless, especially stainless, is really hard. So guys, just make sure, take her easy when you're doing tapping, drilling and tapping. Okay, I pressed the races out. Well, used a pin punch, and this one's extra thin. This was the one on top. This is the one the bearing was seized in, as you can see just by looking at it, that she is pretty rough. The bottom one wasn't too bad. I mean, still got some shiny smooth surface to it. So now I gotta go put the new ones in. The one going down won't be hard, but the one going up is not gonna be the easiest. Okay, just got done installing the new races. Now I don't have a press, so I had to use a punch and punch them all the way in. So there they are. Greaser installed, cleaned out, I blew it out. There might be just a tad bit here, stuff there. I see it might be a little bit of stuff I need to get rid of there. As far as middle shavings, don't want any of that in there. Otherwise it looks pretty good. I sprayed paint my first coat. I scuffed up of a Scotch pad and used wax and grease remover. Then I grabbed the old can of Old 55 from Fleet Farm. Now guys, this is some really good stuff. I'm not sure so much about in the spray can. If you buy the quartz and you spray it out in a spray gun, that stuff is some pretty amazing stuff. It's gotten expensive, but I definitely recommend it for an enamel paint. It's pretty tough because that's what's painted with that. That was painted, I'm gonna say probably 15 years ago, and it sits outside all the time. So and I just give it a little wax and buff, and boom, I'm just starting to wear through where the feet are. So like I said, it's pretty good paint if you use the stuff out of the quarts and gallons. The spray cans, I'm not really convinced on anything of that yet, of the quality of that, because I really never used it too much. But this right here, the Gloss Case HI red, is the same color as also Boss V plows. The color, it's the same color. So there you go. Got their first coat on. Alright guys, I got done packing the bearing inside. So now I gotta put a seal in. Well, I shouldn't be able to push it in just like that, but I guess that's how it is. That's not cool. She's a little loose inside there. Hopefully it'll stay. Well, maybe I'll just try to create a little bit of a burr. That way it will hold it in place. Take a punch, maybe punch on that. Not too impressed with that at all. But that's open like that. Shouldn't be like that. And just sink right in there. That's how wore out these hubs are. Well, we'll see what happens, if I have to rework that or not. I'm sure if just some dirt gets in around there, it'll be okay. Okay, next bearing. Everybody has their own way of packing. I just try to force the grease into the cavity of the bearing. You know, some people use the palm. I don't do that because my hand will get totally dirty then. And just forcing in all the cavities that you can. Some people have a machine that will do that. Where they can just pump it in there. I don't have one of those. Just like that, guys. Put a bunch of grease inside my hub. Like that. Now, I don't know if I'm going to put, I don't think I'm going to put a seal on this side. I think I'm going to do like I did on the axle with my one washer. Here, I was going to get ready to tap this down in there and just push it in with my hand. That's how wore out it is because no one took care of it. Maintenance is everything, guys. Maintenance. There. Spins really nice. Smooths nice.